Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a review of the UFC products that released for the calendar year of 2025, hobby boxes only. We're going to look at each of those products and we're going to look at their pricing on Card Ladder over the last 2 weeks, how sales have gone, their pricing compared to last month on what's selling on blowoutcards.com, which is one of the most popular retailers slash wholesalers of steel product on the planet. And then we'll also compare that to current items available on eBay. And then I also want to track how many items for that particular product sold on Card Ladder and then start tracking that in a spreadsheet. So this is a new series we're going to do. We're going to do this every 2 weeks. I'd like to do it every week, but there's not enough data on some of these sales to pick them up on eBay to make the data relevant or interesting. Obviously, we don't have access to sales on Blowout or any of the other retailers. They don't publish that data, nor would I ever expect them to. So we're going to do this every 2 weeks, and we'll see how it goes. So the products that we're going to review, let's make sure I got my list here. We're going to do 2025 Topps Chrome, 2025 Topps Chrome Sapphire, 2024 Topps Royalty, 2025 Topps UFC, 2025 Topps, UFC Midnight, 2025 Topps Knockout UFC, Topps Finest UFC from 2025, and then to close it out, 2025 Panini Combat Anthology. So let's get right into it. So currently right now, today is December 20th in the evening. You can buy 2025 Topps Chrome UFC for $230. There's only 3 boxes left on Blowout Cards. Now, take this number with a grain of salt. They may have 1 million boxes in the warehouse, but they only release a little bit at a time because it's a good sales tactic to only release a little bit. So the buyer thinks that they have to buy it. There's only a little left. So $230. Next, we go to Card Ladder. So over the last 2 weeks, there's been 7 tracked boxes that have sold for Topps Chrome Hobby, and they've ranged from anywhere as low as $187 up to $235. So you'll notice a trend here that when individuals auction boxes, and usually it's individual consignment companies, auction boxes, they usually get destroyed and leave money on the table. I'll never understand why anybody would ever auction a hobby box. The only time I could see where it'll be relevant is in maybe another sport like baseball, like when Ohtani won the World Series and had his crazy games leading up in the playoffs. Some of his boxes were spiking so much and there was so much momentum because that market is so deep that you could have made extra money auctioning it because people were just going out of their mind. I don't think we necessarily have that in UFC. Especially not right now, and especially if you're not going to try to predict a winner of a fight, which is tough to do for, and just in general, and then try to like hope that would raise the price of a box. Like we're not talking about individual cards, but a sealed box. So to make a long story short here, we see prices here at about $200 by auction, but if you look at the fixed price and the best offer, these are like the real prices in my opinion, $240, $235. Very solid numbers, and these were within the past 2 weeks, and this is actually higher than the blowout price of $230. And then if you look on current eBay available, the cheapest price on eBay right now is $242. So we had 7 boxes sold over 2 weeks, so about a box every 2 days, which is not that great, but part of the reason could be a blowout has had it so cheap. Maybe people are just buying it here and going insane. So interesting here. And it's significantly cheaper, or at least $15 cheaper than here. So that's that data. And at the end of this, I'm going to pull up a spreadsheet and we'll kind of review some of this overall in one data set just to get perspective. So that's Topps Chrome. So it seems like the deal is not eBay, the deal is Blowout, unless you're going to hit an auction. Next product, 2025 Topps UFC Midnight. So this product, $329. This has been the same price on Blowout for at least a month or two. Only 4 boxes left available for sale. So we'll call it $330. over the past 2 weeks, we've had 12 boxes sell. And again, the auctions are just crushing in a negative way, not crushing in a positive way. I would say suppressing what the true value of the box really is. So you have 270, 280, 275, 270, 283, 275. And then you had a best offer of 295. Again, best offer, buy it now, as you're going to extract your most value from the box. This is an empty box. We can't count that. But that's where that's at. And then currently on eBay right now, cheapest price is $271.98. Now just remember, when you're buying these individual boxes, the one thing you have to worry about is if the case hit has been hit, and then that seller takes all the extra boxes that don't have the case hit and they sell those off. And that does happen. It's called a Frankenstein sale, where you crack open the case, and breakers do this sometimes. Not the higher end breakers, because they usually break a case at a time, but some of the lower ones that are like, they're just doing it as a hobby, or maybe they don't have the money. They'll open the case, they'll do one box at a time, they'll hit the case hit, and then whatever's left over, they'll throw up on eBay. So make sure you buy from somebody legitimate and reputable. Not that that really matters, because even somebody reputable could do the case hit and you wouldn't know. But if you're going to do the buy here, again, like here, eBay is the move, where for Chrome, blowout is the move. So it's important to learn this stuff. Like, your money's important and you work hard for it. So to take a little bit of time to be educated and know where to spend your money, I think is relevant. This is 2024 midnight, so that should be removed from here. But yeah, 271 or best offer. I'm sure if you offer 265, they'd probably take it. Going on to the next set. 2025 Topps UFC Finest Hobby Boxes. Blowout has them for $220, and it looks like it is in stock with no limit at this time. On Card Ladder, pretty brisk sales, 27 sales over the past 2 weeks. So a little bit more than 2 boxes a day. And again, like the fixed prices are 180, 185, best offer 170, 200, 200, and then the auction takes it down. So we go down here to some older sales. The fixed prices, again, are getting the max amount, at least for the most part. Like, this guy sold the fixed price for 175, 175. I don't know what they were doing. Again, they left money off the table. Like, if this sold at 215, this is for 5 boxes, ignore that. If this sold for 215 on 12/9, like, why would you sell it for 175? I don't understand the logic there. Again, patience. Stay within your budget. Like, don't buy these boxes to be in a rush to sell. Like, don't be caught up in the hype cycle and like trying to make your credit card payment to pay off the box. Like, use cash you have and be patient. You will be rewarded. The cycle plays out over and over and over again. So that's where that is at. So the auctions have been kind of weak. Fixed prices at about 2. And then we see what's currently on eBay at the moment. So I added these to my watch list because I'm going to put in snipes on all these to try to steal them. But cheapest price right now is call it $199 or best offer. $199 or best offer here. And again, blowouts at $220. So you're best trying to work eBay here and try to see if you can get some deals. But these 4 boxes. Sorry, 5 boxes here at the auction. Like, this is the move here. Just pay attention to the shipping. Like, $13 for shipping is a ripoff, but you just factor it into your price and bid lower. $10 shipping, $15, $10, $9. $9's a little more fair. So maybe you put in snipes on these for like $170 each to see if you get lucky on one of them. I'm going to do that on every single one. Hopefully you do as well. May the best person win. On to the next box. We got 2025 Topps UFC Knockout. So $240 a box on blowout with 5 left. Card Ladder sales, a solid 34 sales over the last 2 weeks. And again, just recently, this sold for $220 yesterday. $200 the day before, best offer, auction 181, fixed price 185, auction 180, 180. So again, do not auction these boxes, but you can get good deals. Like 163 on this one was a steal, whoever got that. I don't know who was paying $250. You never know. People buy gifts, girlfriends, wives, aunts, uncles, like whatever. Like, people buy gifts for people. Maybe they don't care about the price. They just want to get the product, especially around the holidays. So I mean, yeah, 200, 220. Currently on eBay, we have a couple auctions I'm watching here. I'm going to try to bid on and steal it, but cheapest on eBay is, call it 200. Blowout is 240, so do not go on blowout. Take advantage of these auctions and negotiating with these individuals, like 200 or best offer. Watch the shipping. Probably get a good deal here. This is a big seller here, so is this one. So yeah, good opportunity there. But Knockout is this highest sales volume of all these boxes just on the amount of boxes sold on eBay or represented on Card Ladder. Mostly Card Ladder picks up mostly, Card Ladder picks up all the sales, but sealed wax, 99% of the time, they're capturing data from eBay. Like Golden isn't selling these type of boxes. Usually Fanatics is in, or the major auction houses. So it's mostly eBay. Now we go to 2025 Topps Chrome UFC Sapphire, $310 a box on blowout. 11 sales over the past 2 weeks. 265 fixed, 250 best offer, 260 best offer, 240 best offer, auction at 240. Somebody got this good sale here for the seller, 295 by best offer. 310 by best offer, and these are only in the last 2 weeks. So look at the price variance. Like the highest sale is 310. The lowest is 238. I mean, you're talking like a $70 price swing in like a week or two. It's insane. There's money to be made here, and there's ways to deploy your cash to minimize downside. So I think if you could pick this stuff up for 240, 250, like you're fine, in my opinion. I think the downside is minimal. Like paying 310, I wouldn't do unless you just love the product, which that's fine too. Go to eBay, you're 264, buy it now, 255, buy it now, 265. There's no auctions running at the moment. I wish there were so I could try to snipe some, but that's where the market's at. So this one is more like a be patient, like just wait, and I'm sure these will come down. I mean, there's a lot of these on eBay. So hopefully the more there is for sale, they move less and somebody will be desperate to lower their prices and you'll get lucky. On to the next product, Topps Royalty, debut edition of the product. Gorgeous set, very pricey, very expensive. So $900, only 3 left. I wouldn't believe that. I think they probably have a lot more than that. $900 a box on blowout. Card Ladder sales, only 2 over the past 2 weeks, and I bought both of these by auction for $711 and $601. $711 I was happy with. The $601 I was ecstatic. I think that's ridiculous. So I bought both of those. And then if you currently look on eBay, we have this one at $630 where the data goes. So I add this to my watch list, and then everything else is holding at $9, $925, $930. What is this one here? Case of 4. That can't be right. Oh, he's showing, yeah, they're showing a case of 4, but it's only for 1 box. Yeah, it's priced for 1 box. So that's a little misleading. They're just showing it's coming from a fresh case, so the case hit is still in there. I don't like that. I don't like how they did that. But anyway, so the move here, in my opinion, wait for auctions. Don't go out and try to be a hero here and buy this. Prices will come down eventually, especially with the announcement of the new royalty coming out. The pre-sale for that is on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you watch Topps.com or sign up for the notifications there. Then to close it out, 2025 Panini Combat Anthology. It's a UFC, boxing, MMA, anything, WWE product. I love this product. It's fun. A lot of cool stuff in there. The kabooms are sick. So $150 from blowout. Card Ladder sales, we've had 14 over the past 2 weeks. You have to ignore this one. This is for the this is for, sorry, a lot of 4. So this is $150 a box. This was a steal here. This one they got for 100 and call it $115 a box. 125 by auction, 120 by auction, 241 for 2 by auction, so 120 a box. Fixed price, 139. Again, the fixed price is the winner. So if they're up, they're cheap. For auction, you can get them. There's only 3 listed for sale on eBay, which I ran this search twice just to make sure because it didn't make any sense, but it is accurate. And this one's from Australia, and I want to count that. And then you have this one here, 140, your best offer. Cases of this, you can get a case for $1,500. So there's 12 boxes in a case for $1,500. You're at like, what is that, a 122, 123 a box? I mean, it's a lot of money to lay out, but to minimize, but I certainly wouldn't pay $150. And just to kind of do like an overall recap, I'm going to pull up my spreadsheet here. So I just did the recent releases or the releases for the calendar year of 25. So I listed MSRP, estimated print run based on the data that I have in the odd sheets that are put out for each product. The blowout price on November 7th, the price today, and then how many card ladder sales we tracked. So let's just go through this real quick. So blowout raised their price on Anthology $5. And there's been 14 sales over the last 2 weeks. Blowout raised their price on Finest $15 over the last month, call it 6 weeks. And then there's been 27 sales. Knockout price raised from $15, and sales are brisk. A lot of those sell. Midnight's been the same, about 1 per day in sales. Chrome has come down significantly, so like more than a 10% cut from 260 to 230. Like, this is the bargain here, and it's not selling on eBay because I don't think the prices are there, but 230 on blowout, maybe you email them, and if you buy multiple, they'll give you $5 off. Like, that's the move in my opinion, at least today. Sapphire's come down 20 bucks over the last 6 weeks on blowout, and the card ladder sales are at 11. And then lastly, royalty, blowout has stayed the same on pricing. I'm surprised they haven't done a bigger cut on this. I don't remember if during Black Friday they came down to 800. I think they did. I could be wrong on that, but I think they did. And these 2 sales were the ones I got by auction. So again, that concludes today's kind of mini review to close out the calendar year for these products. But I'll keep doing this every 2 weeks and updating. And as time permits, I will go back for each calendar year, 2024, 2023, et cetera, and update these numbers and do mini reviews on each year. So maybe what I'll do is, that's actually a good idea. So maybe I'll do 2025. I just did that. So maybe next week, I'll do all of 2024. And then the next week after, I'll go back and do 2025 again because it's recent. And then I'll hit 2023 on the alternating weeks and maybe do those every month or 2 months because the sales are probably not as brisk, but that'd be interesting data to look at. So I'll figure out a way to report this info to all of you. So please like and comment if you learned a little something today. I'd appreciate it. It really helps out the algorithm. Please subscribe to the channel. We just hit 50 subscribers, which is pretty cool. The fact that 50 people are interested in listening to me talk about UCF collectibles and seal boxes and are getting something out of this. And I don't know, there's something neat about that. So it's kind of cute in a way, kind of cool. But with all that said, stay safe, be healthy, and I'll talk to you again soon.